Hey guys! I just wanted to make this video to address a couple of questions that we've gotten about our channel recently. So with the first one, some people have been wondering if we're deleting comments, and I'm pretty sure that for the entire time that we've had our channel going, we've deleted probably at most 3 comments. And those were just, one where someone was personally attacking another person or just being really disrespectful using profane language. And I'm pretty sure we've only deleted like 3. So if your comments aren't going through, it might be because there's this section on YouTube. I'll show you. Most comments YouTube will just push through, but there's this section called held for review that for different reasons YouTube will flag comments. And so if you're concerned about your comments not going through, there are a few things you can do. One is to refrain from using profane language. Another is to just use respectful language when you're communicating with other people and not attacking them. YouTube will flag comments for that reason. And then sometimes it will flag comments that are just fine, but maybe someone shared a link and YouTube doesn't like that. And then there are others that we found in this section where they're just nice comments and we don't know why YouTube flagged them. So they come through for us. That's kind of what we've talked a little bit about with all of the negative comments that we've gotten. Actually, most of them don't even show up. But we try to go through this periodically and let comments go through, even if we disagree with someone, because it doesn't matter if we disagree. We want to open up the space for conversation, for people to share their ideas, so that we can all learn and grow from seeing different perspectives and different viewpoints. So some people have wondered if we're deleting comments just because we disagree with them, and we're not doing that. Or another person had a concern because they saw that there were more positive comments than negative comments on one of our videos, and they were a little bit concerned about that, thinking that we were probably just going through and deleting whatever we disagreed with and keeping the other things. But we really aren't doing that. It's really just that they're being held for review. Another issue that we've come across recently is with someone taking issue with us sharing a quote from someone that they disagree with, or when we try to present both sides of an issue and let people choose, and maybe someone agrees with one side and they wish we didn't present the other side in a positive light. And we see this a lot with, for example, the Heartlanders versus the Mesoamerican Book of Mormon believers. And what we think is, hey, like we weren't there, and so we want to try to find out the truth and present the truth and everything, but maybe neither are right. Maybe both of them are right. And so by everyone having space to present their ideas in a respectful way, we can all learn a lot more. And when it comes to us quoting someone that someone disagrees with, we don't necessarily agree with everything about someone whom we quote. So just because we talk about them doesn't mean that we agree with their side or everything that they did in their lives. Ultimately, if we were to only quote people that were 100% righteous, we would only quote Jesus Christ, right? I really like what Steve Pineacker from Mormon Book Review said. He said, "Was David the apple of God's eye, or was he a murderer?" He was both. We as people we're not black and white. We're complex and multifaceted, and we're different people at different times in our lives. And so, for example, when we quote David Whitmer, we shared his quote because we find value in him being a witness to the Book of Mormon, him being found worthy before God to do something that most, if not all of us, have never done in our lives, witnessing the actual gold plates of the Book of Mormon and seeing an angel and everything like that. So we just feel like you can't judge someone as a whole based on one point in their life or one decision that they made. And we probably don't understand the reasons why they made those decisions. So, it really reminds me of a story that I grew up hearing as a child from Aesop's Fables. And the story goes that there's a father and his son, and they're taking their donkey to the market to go sell. and they're walking along the road, and the villagers on the side of the road start making fun of them, saying, like, what's your donkey for? Why aren't you riding it? Why are you walking? So the father puts the son on the donkey, and they go along, and they come to some other people, and they start saying, what a selfish son to make his older father walk while he's riding the donkey. And so the son gets off and the father gets on. They come along to some other people and they say, what a selfish father. He's riding on this donkey while he makes his younger son walk. And so the father pulls the son up on the donkey with him, and they continue on their way. And they come to some other people who are saying, what a selfish pair of guys. They're riding the donkey and overburdening him by them both being on. So they both get off and they take a pole and they tie the donkey's feet to a pole, and they walk along with the pole and the donkey in between them, carrying the donkey. And they come to a bridge where they're crossing a river, and the donkey's swinging, and they both lose their balance and they all fall into the river. And the moral of the story is that you can't please everyone. And so it's the same with us. We're imperfect, like we said before, and we're not trying to deceive anyone or present any false information. We're doing our best to present the truth and to always be seeking the truth and being humble and meek and teachable, like the Savior tells us we should be. And but at the same time, we can't please everyone, and we're not always going to be right. And so we encourage everyone to take what we say with a grain of salt, and bring it to the Lord. Do your own study, and give us grace for the times when we're wrong. And hopefully you'll point it out to us in a respectful way that opens up conversation, like we said. And you can point out to us where you feel like we're wrong, and we'll try to be respectful in our response and consider what everyone presents to us. And that's just really what we're shooting for. So hopefully that's helpful. And yeah, may the grace of Jesus Christ be with each one of you. Okay, I have one correction to make. I said that with the donkey story, the moral of the story was that you can't please everybody. But I forgot that the actual moral of the story is even better. It said that if you try to please everybody, you'll end up pleasing nobody. And that's very true. But we want to take it even further, because ultimately, if we're trying to please anybody besides God, that's wrong, and it's going to end up in failure. And so what we're really aiming to do is to just please God, even if it doesn't please anybody else. But we're just so grateful for his mercy and kindness and understanding in spite of our imperfection. And sometimes we will get it wrong, but we're ultimately really just trying to please him. So that's what it's all about.